Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This channel we talk about our money, how to save, how to protect our money, and also how we can transfer our wealth to the next generation. So today I'll be talking about probate court. In our last video I mentioned that probate court is one of the reasons why we have so many GoFundMes and WhatsApp groups for fundraising in our community. There are too much of them. And one reason is probate court. Why? Because when someone dies, probate court. Have you heard of probate court? Do you even know what it means? Do you know it exists? Probate court is a general administration of a deceased will or the estate of a deceased without a will. When someone dies, there is a process known as the probate court where they execute your will if you have a will, if the deceased has a will. If you don't have a will, the state will do the will for you. The state will do the will for the deceased. It's probate court. When you have a will, you have an executor, which is your family member. So what they do is to make sure that what is written on the will is executed properly. The people you want your wealth to go to, they will make sure that it gets to them. Also, as your wealth is going to the people you want them to go to, you first of all clear your debts. They take care of the debts you have. Whether you have a student loan, a car loan, you still pay mortgage, you have credit card loans, whatever you have that is a debt, you have not done your tax, they will do all these things for you. And then they will also take away the court fees, the administration fees. They have to pay the lawyers and whoever that is doing the execution that is supposed to be paid. What does it mean? The money that the deceased left do not come back the same. After they must have done all these things, the remaining one is what they will give to the beneficiaries or the family members who are mentioned in the will. If you don't have a will, then the state will appoint an administrator who will help to write the will for you, so to say, because the person will have the authority to go and look for your assets, assess everything you have, your bank account, savings, current, your real estate, whatever you have, whatever you've owned, they have to bring them all out. Your debts, they will still bring it out. If you've not paid your taxes, whatever that concerns the deceased, they will do all of that and still take away the expenses made during the proceedings. Then they will give it to the people mentioned in the law. Maybe your spouse, children, or your parents. Also note that if you don't have an heir, you don't have a will, that one doesn't take time. Your money just goes to the state. Thank you so much for donating to the states. This probate court, why is it a problem to our people? One, we are ignorant of the probate court. Our people don't even know that it exists. It takes time. Even if you have a will, it takes time before they are completed. Sometimes 6 months, 1 year, depending on the period or the time it takes for the authentication of the will, because the court has to make sure that you wrote the will, the deceased wrote the will, and this is the last statement of the deceased before they will execute it. Then if someone is contesting the will, they still have to make sure that what the person is contesting for is valid. If it's valid, they will deal with it. All these things takes time. The third one is the money the deceased left is not what is given to the person. In our community, we like to take our loved ones back home when they are dead. So to wait for 6 months or 1 year or whenever the probate court is over, you cannot access the deceased money, whether a bank account, whether savings, anything the person owes, you cannot touch it. So where do you get the funds for the funerals? If you're taking the person back home to the motherland, it will take you not less than $10,000 to do that. If you want to do it here, it's still costly, very expensive. So you cannot access the money. Not only that, let's pause for a bit. Think if something happens to you today, if you have kids, little kids, or grown-ups who are in middle school, high school, colleges, what will happen to them? Can they still go to school? Those memories they made with you in your home, can they sustain that home? Can they pay the mortgages? That standard of living they are in now, can they maintain it for the next 1 year? When you come into these countries that have probate courts, information is power. Go on, when you start earning, making your money, there are some assets that bypass probate courts. 1 is life insurance. 2, trust fund. 3, security accounts. 4, individual retirement plans. Assets that are jointly owned with the right of survivorship. Do you have them in place? When you start working, make sure you start planning for all these things. When you're no more there, your kids will be grieving that they lost someone. Do you still want them to lose the house? What will your family remember you for? Think about it. Put all these things in place. Some of the celebrities, for example, Aretha Franklin, she had so much wealth, so much assets. How long did it take before the probate court could release what she left behind for the family? It takes a long time, and your family will continue to suffer. If you have not put these things in place, do them today. Today is still a good day to start. Click on the link below if you want to dive in more on these things, to know the ones you have in place, if it is good for your family, if you don't have at all, what you can keep for your family. A financial consultation, free of charge, that you can do to assess yourself financially, to make sure that when you're dead or when you are no more, your family will still remember you. You will be there in heaven. When you look down, you will look at your great-grandkids. They know your name. You know why? Because you left something for them. You are making their dreams come true. They know you. Why do we do 3 jobs, 4 jobs? 18-hour shift is to provide for our families, whether dead or alive. So now that you are still alive, plan for the future of your family. Remember, some of us will say, God forbid, that's not for me. I'm not going to die. Plan for future. Some of the people in the grave today, they said the same thing. Try and protect your family. Thank you so much. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by today. If you're new here, please subscribe. It's for free. Like and share our link. Put on a notification button so that when next time I upload a video, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you so much, and do have a blessed day. Bye.